right, right now we got those down there. Once I turn this on, although I believe the clocks are channel 4, so I may need to change this. So you turn it on, it asks you what sport you want. You only have water polo, so you just hit enter. Select keyboard, you do have an updated keyboard. And now you can see we're giving out the information here. So I think this is on channel 3. So what I'm gonna need to do is go into menu, and I'm gonna go under hardware options, scoreboard options, and I'm gonna change this to channel, I'm gonna hit enter to select it, change it to channel 4, enter, and then I need to clear out and save it for this to take effect. Save controller, enter. So now that I've set my channel to 4, we can look out to the pool deck and you can see that the clocks have linked up to this, all right? Now, how does this connect to the scoreboard? When we get to the scoreboard, I will show you all of that, but this is a very simple device, or it's a very simple way to hook it up. This just sets on here. You set your template up in here, and I mean, that's it for water polo. I mean, very, very easy to run, very simple. As far as running it, you'll have to forgive me again, not a terrible amount of knowledge when it comes to running water polo, but you have a run stop here, so you hit run. You can see the clocks have started running. Do we want to see if anybody jumps, or do we want to stop it before we get that far? Yeah, right. We don't want any last day safety issues.
No.
So you can see it stopped with, I'm going to go a little bit further. Now you can see it's under 10 seconds and it's gone to tenths. I faced them this way just so you could see, but from what I understand in water polo, it's one set up at one corner, one set up at the opposite corner, and you're good to go. And then the video board can handle all the other information because you have, I guess, exclusions, which are essentially like hockey penalties. Okay. You have your full and part timeouts for each team.
Is it relatively easy to change the time from 8 minutes to like 6 minutes?
I'm sorry?
The quarter time from 8 minutes to 6 minutes? Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's counting
In
as
settings, yes.
Okay. 6 minutes.
And then there's quite honestly, there's a lot of features on here I don't understand, and I don't know if you'd use them a lot, such as like a stats screen and an undo shot clock reset. I don't know how a lot of that gets done in water polo.
Undo shot clock would be nice.
Huh?
Undo shot clock when you accidentally change it.
Undo shot clock. You have that one.
What is stat screen?
I have no idea. Oh, there you go, stat screen. So I guess each player's assigned a number. All right. So in here for your stat screen, you can see how many fouls and points blue team 1 through 7 has, white team 1 through 7 has. So that's what your stat screen does. I don't know if you guys use that a lot.
Start doing that, I guess.
So will the shot clock also show up though on the main scoreboard?
You're gonna have so much functionality coming out of this and going up to there. Like you can show, you'll be a little bit overwhelmed. Yeah, if anything. So now I'm gonna clear out of here. So we're back on the main menu. So we're gonna go into menu. I'll show you guys some of the settings. So you guys asked about default times. Well, I'm guessing default times. So right now the default is set to 8. Your period length is 8 minutes. If you want to set that to 6, just hit enter. 6, 0, 0, enter. And now that's set for 6. Yeah, you're currently set to a 3-minute break length and 4 periods. I don't know if you have 3 periods, but whatever. Your halftime and overtimes are set to 5. But any of this you want to change, you know where to change it.
Where's the menu button?
Menu button is this green button right on the keyboard. Okay. You have shot clock down here. So shot clock on, the length of the shot. I guess sometimes people use shorter shot clocks. So I don't know. Oh no, they have an alternate shot clock. Just remember, for these changes to take effect, you hit clear, and you hit clear again, then you're going to save the changes to memory. It's already started, so 6 minutes would probably take effect on the next period. Let's see, menu. I don't know exclusion options. I guess that's how long. Okay, yeah. So that just sets how long all your exclusions could be.
So similar to the dive judges having a console on the pool deck, is there also a console that goes on the pool deck to run back?
I did go over this before with somebody who asked. I apologize, I don't know who that was, but you do have these.
Yeah.
Now these are great for doing the simpler things like starting, stopping, resetting. You won't be able to enter your exclusions, you won't be able to enter timeout. So it does all of the stuff that this does, just without as much functionality.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what we use customers.
Yeah. So it would run. We'd see it on the board. It just we wouldn't do exclusions. We wouldn't do the extra bells. and
Yeah.
whistles. Which might be we never have done that.
It would be too much.
Yeah.
You can't.
So maybe that would be nice to have. Yeah.
I don't know how much.
Right, so if you wanted to sit in the stands and run it, you can do that. Right?
Yeah.
Sure,
can
and you
take
have
that
two,
box
and you
wherever.
have two of them. So if you want to have somebody out on the pool deck and somebody messing around with it, you can do that.
Yeah. That's the last week, on deck.
I don't know if I should be giving you guys that kind of advice on camera. All right. Okay. So, any additional questions on the water polo settings? Everybody's good?
Yep.
So we just turn this off.
So that particular piece is just for diving and water polo.
Huh?
That particular piece is just for diving and water.
This particular piece is just for water polo.
Just for water.
Yep. Diving is this IH1, and actually I'm going to leave water polo plugged in so you can see it operating the scoreboard.
This might be a more involved question, and you could say like yes or no. We could talk about it later. But like, are there capabilities of like throwing video, like punching from away from the stats to like a video on that screen if you're trying to do like fun stuff? Okay, like I'm interested in that at some point too.
Okay.
Yeah. Like how you switch between that.
It's a little involved. You're going to need to train yourself up on the
If there's a
DX400.
video or something. Maybe.
Yeah. But essentially, you just switch. You can just switch over the feed from DVI to HDMI,
Okay.
and then you just need to scale it down.
You ready to?
And then it just
switch back.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All this is. Who's familiar with a second screen system? Like you operate a laptop and you have an external screen and you have two screens or two.
Just switch it between.
That's all that is.
Okay.
That's just a second screen of that computer. So we'll get to that when we get there.
Okay.
So we've done water polo. Let's get into the Gen 7 system. I'm going to close out diving. Sorry, can you hold your arm?
Bounce out.
They are doing some more work in here, so I may kind of tuck everything back in the corner just to keep it a bit more protected, probably towards this end of the table. So there may be a little additional wire maintenance you guys may want to do when it comes to actually running. Okay. So this is your Gen 7 timing console. See if I can turn this around gently. Alright, this is your Gen 7 timing console. Right now I'm using the Gen 7 scoreboard cable out. Alright, you do have an option. This is called RS-232 data, but everything's going through RS-485 now. Everything's going that way. You have 4 inputs for. You have 4 inputs for. 2 inputs for near end, 2 inputs for far end. You're not going to worry too much about far end, but you do have your near end here. These 3 are scoreboard. I'm not sure what else this little TV icon does, but we use this for things for certain setups. I believe it does have a web feed functionality associated with it as well. I am unfamiliar with that, but I guess there's some streaming services that can link into this. I'm unsure how they tie into this to get the info they want out. This is your meet management connection. I'm guessing for you meet managers out there, this is the one that's going to matter most to you. We have managed to get away from the 9-pin, and we are now using a USB cable. So this USB cable goes out of the notepad and into the USB on your computer, which is kind of funny because it seems like they're starting to get rid of USB ports on computers. The way this system hooks up is it hooks up via a closed circuit network. So if this is hardwired into the network, via one of your outputs here, you could actually take this computer somewhere else, and if it's connected to the same network wirelessly as this one's wired into, it should find it. It should be able to go out and find it. For simplicity's sake, I would just keep everything up here and just go directly from Ethernet to Ethernet. So this is on the network. Power cable. It's hard to see, but it is down here in the bottom left. Just make sure you line up the red dot with the red dot, push it all the way in, and that system is good to go. Your power button is here. The 3 scoreboard icons are here. It just means it's pushing data. It just means it's pushing data out to those scoreboards, whether or not it's plugged in. Meet manage, and this just tells you if things are connected to these various outputs. So you push power on. It's going to start with that for a second. Now it's going to start rotating. You have to wait for this to finish setting up and be ready to be found. And when that happens, this will start pulsing rather than loading. Sometimes it takes a second to load up, but okay. As a side note, this little USB to USB connection, you can use this if you'd like to go from laptop to laptop to connect meet management data. I just like the simplicity of just going from USB to here. It also allows you to use that single laptop to run both Meet Manager and the Gen 7 because this one's on a network. Meet Management is going to be on USB. So in Meet Manager, you would just go open your USB port, and you could just set up a second monitor here. And if your Meet operator is, one like I used to be, you can run both of them at the same time, right from the same computer on 2 screens. Okay, so now that that's blinking, I'm ready to open Gen 7 swimming. Really quickly, I'm going to show you pace clock. Pace clock is cool because you can basically run your workouts on the scoreboard. And I believe it does connect with Team Manager. Team Manager's workout manager function. So you can actually just import workouts from Team Manager. I'll just create a new workout. I'm just going to call this a test workout. All right, so that's open, current workout. Let me just maximize that. Okay, so you have add group. In this case, I'm just going to say this is a test group. And I'm just going to say we're using lanes 1. But you can see here, you can use lanes 1 to 3. You can set this workouts for lanes 1, 7, and 8. However you'd like to divide it up. And how you divide it up is here. So it's 1-3, 5. I'm just going to put 1. And right here, down up here, you have whether or not you count up, count down, time-wise, or count up, count down, rep-wise. So if you want to do 10 reps at, I don't know, 45 seconds. So here you can see I've set up a workout for 10 reps at 45 seconds. And I just hit play. And then you can see here my pace clock is running. You can just keep adding sets and repetitions to all of that.
10 times. We love that.
And that's how pace clock works. It's very, very simple, very easy to figure out as well. Do you guys have any questions on how pace clock would run? Okay, now I'm going to pop into swimming. So you're going to open swimming, you're going to get the same pop-up screen, you're going to get a bunch of lights to connect, you're just going to hit OK. In this screen, you can create a new meet, select your governing body. For our purposes, I'm just going to use an existing meet. You can select number of sessions to set up. I'm just going to use this existing session. So as you open this, you can just boot up. You can just set it up as you go following the prompts. And that's going to ask me if I want to get updates from Colorado. I'll let you guys decide if you'd like to. So versus System 6 and versus Daktronics, which is I'm guessing what you guys were on before, this is just a very easy and straightforward system to run. So we'll just blow through this really quickly. I'm just going to start with settings. And most of this you'll have seen in Daktronics or something similar. In general, you're not going to worry about things here. You're going to go over to timing. You're always going to be using pads near end, backstroke start reactions if you want to use them. Again, just walk through this and see if all of your settings are where you want them. Timing is hundredths. Near end and far end. Near end delay is 15 seconds. You really don't probably want to change any of this stuff. All of this stuff, most of this is for single line numeric scoreboards. Most of our scoreboard stuff is going to be set in there. So no more tape or having to use a funky printer. Whatever printer is on this computer is where it'll print your race data. This is all of your session settings. So say you're only using lanes 1 through 6, then you can just turn off 7 and 8 here. Say you're only using the middle lanes, then you can turn off lanes 1 and 8 here, and now it's permanently For this session, you're only going to use lanes 2 through 7 if you wanted to do that. And then updating, you've already been updated, but if you want to see if there's updates, that's where you can go to check it out. Let's see, so we have this fun diagnostics. So I go into diagnostics because if I want to test the program, I'm going to do a pre-meet check and just hit start. So right now, this is saying 22. Okay, that's good. Sometimes this is more geared towards the serial functionality. Right now we're in legacy. So as you can see, let's go real time. So in this test mode, if I take a button or if I just want to test all the plates, I can just go down and go through each one, hit my buttons, and these will all change colors. And I believe it goes on the board as well. So if you're down here, this is up here and the scoreboard's on, it'll go C, B, A, P. So you'll see button C, button B, button A, and P for Pat. And that's how you know if something triggered in the test mode. Outside of that, race data, if you want to see race data from events past, race 89, this I apologize. My test is in here somewhere. I was just looking for it. Okay. So say I want to print a race from before. I can just select this race, for example, print race. And I just want to show you what that screen looks like. I don't know if you guys use this for record keeping anymore, but as you can see, here's your event 1, heat 4 results, the date and time of the race, all of your splits, backups, and relay exchanges. And that's the print race functionality. I'm going to head back to the main screen because this is where you're going to spend 95% of your time. So in order to turn lanes on and off, as a quick note, this I don't believe is a touchscreen, but this does work with the touchscreen. This computer doesn't need anything particularly special, so if you wanted to get a touchscreen laptop, download everything onto that, you can use that, and then you can just use this as a touchscreen if you'd like. So to turn lanes on and off from this screen for a single event, say I only have swimmers in 2 through 7, you just turn lanes 1 and 8 off like that. If you want to go to your next event, you just have the little arrow here, forwarding through events. Say you want to go to a particular event, you have a little drop down here to go to whatever event you'd like. Say you want to edit an event on the fly, you just click edit, type in whatever event number you would like. Run your settings up here, hit OK, and that'll set you up a new event. Very easy because everything's now right in front of you, unlike the last two, or unlike the DAC 2000 and the System 6. Everything's right here in front of you. I'm running a 100-yard race. You must be set up in meters. Oh, nope, there it goes. One setting I forgot to turn off was the far end functionality. If you do do notice far end is kicking on. You can see you can turn it off right there very easily under your quick options along the side here. All right, so now you can see I only have that. So take your mark, race goes. Say a kid misses a touchpad, all these little plus buttons here, just click it to add a touch to that lane. Want to take off a touch? Just click it here, minus touch or minus touch and immediately arm it. Say you want to go to the last lap of a race without keep hitting the pluses, you can finish arm over here. And you can also finish arm all from the quick options. Now everything's finished arm. I mean, you can turn things on and off on the fly. It doesn't hurt anything. You can change events on the fly. Oh, and these are your heats. Advanced heat backwards, advanced heat forwards. And then if you want to go to the last used heat for a particular event, you can use this arrow. And you can see the last used heat was 8, so it took us to 9. You can set your records up here, and you can enter scores in through here if you like as well. For those of you that have done the Daktronics system, guessing you'll be pretty familiar after you use this 2 or 3 times, and it'll just become rinse, repeat, and keep going. Okay. Any questions on the Gen 7? Okay.